Five Rafale jets are all set to touch down at the Ambala Air Base in Haryana this afternoon. Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhatauria, who will be visiting the Ambala facility to receive the Rafale, which is being inducted as part of India's biggest defense deal. The five jets that took off from the air base in the French port city of Bordeaux on Monday covered a distance of nearly 7,000 kilometers, with the mid-air refueling also that had happened, and are capable of carrying a range of highly effective weapons as well. And we have Major Gaurav Arya joining us here in the studio, and our panelists also joining us here on the broadcast.
I'd like to go to our guests here, and we have Saurabh Shukla, we have NC Bipendra here, Dr. Sriram Chaulia, Air Marshal P.K. Barbora, we have Colonel Dini here, Major General K.K. Sinha, we have Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh, Major General Sanjay Soi, and Wing Commander Vinod Neb Veer Chakra. We also have Air Marshal P.S. Ahluwalia and General G.D. Bakshi, Saurabh Shukla, etc. Now, some of the gentlemen will join us in a while. And I think I should go directly to... I go to Dr. Sriram Chaulia here. Dr. Chaulia, you know, both Colonel Dini and NC Bipendra make valid points. Nobody has capability like this in the region. Now, let me put the cart before the horse and do a little bit of crystal gazing, if I may. Do you think in the long run, India needs more Rafales? I'm saying that 36 we've already ordered, 5 we are getting today. We hope to get, by the next 1 year, most of the Rafales. At least that is the plan. I'd like to understand from you, Dr. Chaulia, do you think in the long run, India needs more squadrons of Rafales? 2 are almost in the bag. Do we need more?
Gaurav, I think if we have an intent to be a leading power in the world, certainly we need to invest in high-tech weaponry, and the Rafale is a great value addition, as you rightly pointed out. But look at it this way. I mean, you mentioned the J-20B of China. There is the Sukhoi 56 of Russia, and there is the F-35 of the US. These are the three known fifth-generation aircraft. Rafale will be around 4.5, but you know, as you rightly said, it has proven capabilities unlike the Chinese and the Russian ones. So in that sense, we do need to invest a lot more in air power, you know, and also naval power. I mean, the point is for us to be able to not only fight this two-front war, which is part of our military doctrine, with our immediate neighbors, these, as you know, multi-role combat aircraft or fifth-generation aircraft help to project power across a wider domain, you know, and we can actually engage in operations far away from our immediate borders too, and which is the sign of a great power. You know, the Chinese want to become a great power in the military domain, equivalent to the United States, and that's why they're investing so much in these. And so I think whether we take a fifth generation or more advanced, more Rafales, all these should be indeed fast forwarded. In fact, viewers should know, Gaurav, that Rafale itself had been mired for a long time in petty domestic politics of our country. You know, there were so many objections being raised to it. In 2007, during the UPA regime, was the first time we thought about Rafale, and the fact that they're arriving in 2020 itself shows, you know, how bad our domestic discourse has been around this. As the air chief and the technical assessments were all that this was much needed. It was a game changer, a peace enforcer, as Colonel is saying, but nonetheless there was people raising aspersions and saying there is corruption, this and that, most of them totally unfounded. So, in fact, Prime Minister himself raised this point after the Abhinandan, the dogfight that we had with the Pakistani F-16, that if we had Rafale at the time, not MiG-21, MiG-21 is a third generation, Gaurav. So we were actually under-equipped, and the F-16, as you know, is a fourth generation. So Rafale is much superior to F-16 or even the JF-17 that the Pakistanis now have from the Chinese. So now we are actually walking the talk finally, because all this while what had happened was we were not investing enough in air power and naval power. Now, just to mention as a corollary, we need a third aircraft carrier also, Gaurav, because you know the second one, the indigenously built one, is still delayed, but we need minimum of 3 to be able to hold the Chinese at bay in the Indo-Pacific. So both
Absolutely.
Air and naval, I think we need to upgrade.
All right.
And we should see higher defense outlays as a result of what has happened in Ladakh. Ladakh. And going forward, definitely we need more of these, if not Rafales, then equivalents or even superior ones, like fifth generation ones, which will have a proven track record, Gaurav. So eventually we should be equipped to match China, Russia
absolutely.
and the United States. These three should be our benchmark. Pakistan, we're going to leave far behind because they are totally dependent on the Chinese.
Shriram Cholia, we have the first visuals on our screen right now of the Rafale jets landing at the Ambala Air Base, clearly marking, in a way, as the Defence Minister himself stating, the beginning of a new revolutionary step, even as empowering our air forces as well.
Yeah, I think it is indeed a start of a new era because the threat and the challenge posed by China at the LAC has in many ways awakened this nation to the importance and the value of defense and of military, because in the past we used to think of these things as maybe, momentarily when there is a sudden flare up with Pakistan on the borders. But I think what China especially poses is a long-term strategic threat. So therefore, I think the nation is fully mobilized. The fact that we are celebrating the arrival of a high-tech fighter jet is itself an indicator of how much the nation's mood has shifted towards beefing up our military muscle. I think people are very, very like the great Chanakya, we are thinking in terms of realpolitik more and more now than before. So thanks to the Chinese threat, we have in many ways now we are girding up our loins, so to say, for a long resistance and there to Chinese hegemony. And in those kind of in that era, this new era, these will be definitely markers. We need many more in the Navy as well, and of course the Air Force. Our land force have also been beefed up. New acquisitions of hardware are happening at a much faster pace than before. And I think Prime Minister Modi's, I think the nationalistic atmosphere that we are seeing is what is driving all this, because for the country to celebrate, August 15th or January 26th are routine. What we are celebrating today is actually something that shows a different martial spirit or a strategic culture of this country is being transformed through hard experiences. The lives of our 20 soldiers who are martyred in Galwan Valley, all these things matter, because now people are saying that we need to acquire more to match, especially China. I mean, Pakistan we can always handle, but Chinese have always had this superiority complex, and we are showing that through our global alliance system, through our partnerships. Look at France. I mean, France has done so much for us. This is a day to remember on this, at the beginning of this new era, as Rajnath ji is saying. The importance of France for India cannot be overstated, because both in the Indian Ocean region and now with advanced defense manufacturers, they are actually supporting us through thick and thin. I mean, you remember when the US had sanctions on India because we tested nuclear weapons under Vajpayee ji's time in 1999, it was actually in 98, it was actually France that did not go for sanctions, and it supported us through and through. So this is the kind of country, this is the kind of relationships. Our diplomacy also today needs a pat on the back. It is not only a military moment of great rejoicing, but also for our overall relationship building, which we have done with major powers and middle powers around the world. The Chinese don't have that. Remember that. The Chinese are largely left to their own devices. They don't get military hardware or technology from the West. We are in a capacity to extract the most out of that and use it to ward off the Chinese, because end of the day, the Chinese know that they may boast about the J-20, but with Rafales coming in, hopefully we will have a 5th generation fighter aircraft also in the years to come into the Indian Air Force. All those things will add up and they will back off, because they always believe they have an upper hand as long until they are shown the true face of India, which is this nationalistic
allegations as well as politics surrounding the purchase of the Rafale as well, the procurement. And he says that that has all been answered today with the arrival of these 5 jets. How important, strategically speaking, will this be for the situation at the LAC as well? Shriram, if you can hear me, that question was for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So at the LAC, I think, see, the disengagement and all those, the talks will continue, and Pangong Tso remains a matter of concern for us. The Chinese are masters at deception, and they can always claim that they are doing their bit when they won't. But so therefore, positioning will matter. We have built up a heavy force presence all along the disputed the Ladakh side. And we are also very, very cautious on the other, the eastern front, what we call the Arunachal, the Sikkim, and those sides also. So I think as far as full deterrence goes, we are establishing it. Now, the induction of Rafale and these kind of things will be in the back of the minds of the Chinese as they think about India as a long-term strategic adversary. It's not about today or tomorrow suddenly this will be transforming the situation at LAC. But what it does is it gives the Chinese a pause for thought. They better realize that they are actually, provoking a country that is very determined in terms of strategic resolve and has got a support base from across the world, including the Western world, which is technologically more advanced than what the Chinese are. So that is where I think we need to continue to do these off-the-shelf purchases as much as possible. Of course, the indigenization, co-manufacturing, co-production is critical, and there are many countries that are keen for a slice of the Indian market, but we are saying do co-produce with us. So in the long run, we should aim at not just purchasing off the shelf like this, but having Rafale-like or Rafale-level aircraft, 4.5 or even 5th generation manufactured within India. That will be the ultimate achievement of Modi government, Atmanirbhar Bharat, if we can actually have indigenous production of these kind of high-tech weaponry. Of course, our industrial base and our manufacturing capacities, all those things remain. And of course, but the willingness of partners like France needs to be saluted today, because these countries really stood for us. A friend in need is a friend indeed, as the saying goes. When some countries had imposed irrational bans and sanctions on us, France stood by us. So today is the day to accept that, we need to cultivate these relationships more. Even Russia matters for that, they had also competed for this aircraft bid. They didn't get it, the Americans didn't get it, but all of them matter. And so I think what we are doing now is we've got this capacity to bring together multiple players all together, which are willing to enable India's rise. And that is an advantage for us, which the Chinese don't have. So we have to continue using that card, both diplomatically and militarily, showing the Chinese that don't think it is just one against one. It's not just India versus China that we are, or that you can bring in the Pakistanis and you are two against us. We are prepared for a two-front, battle. But this is actually going to be a global struggle, where we are going to bring in many other players like France, like Russia, like the US, like Australia, like Japan. And I think the more we cooperate with these like-minded countries in military, in advanced high-tech weaponry, in cyberspace, all these things, the Chinese are going to get the message that India is not a country to be played around with, because we've got so many strategic partners who we can bring in. We've got so many alliance-like friends we can bring into the table, and that is what is making our card stronger vis-a-vis them.